If you love doing cute holiday manis, but you're not that good at nail art, then these are gonna be the manis for you. We're gonna do some super cute Halloween nails that are really easy for beginners. What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer, and we are in my favorite nail season, Halloween. I feel like fall, Halloween, and Christmas are three of my favorite times to do my nails because I just wanna do so much like fun nail art, but then I remember, oh my gosh, I can't draw. So what are we gonna do? The first one we're gonna do two manis in this video. The first one we're gonna do is some really easy stamping, and then we're gonna do some super cute stickers. So I start out with my dip powder, and I'm using dip liquids for this mani. I have this gorgeous red, super shimmery red on that's called They Couldn't Even Spring for Real Pig's Blood. It is part of the Wednesday collection from OG Dip Powder. The other color that I'm gonna use is called, it's a black and white glitter, a matte glitter that's called Pugsley Emotions Equal Weakness. If you know me, you know I love to wear any kind of dark colors, especially like black and white. So the pop with red just felt so good for Halloween, and I absolutely love this combination. So whenever I'm dipping my nails with a shimmer, I typically like to pour the powder over. But because this shimmer has like silvery flecks in it, I noticed that it worked a lot better when I laid my nail flat into it. So there is occasions like colors like this where you sometimes will want to lay your nail flat into the powder instead of pouring it over, even for a shimmer. Then I do what I always do when I'm doing shimmers or solids. First, I like to go in with my clear dip powder, apply a layer of that, and then activate it so that I don't get any of the glitters into the solid colors when I'm doing my glitter. Because you notice when I'm doing my manis, if you've seen a bunch of my videos, you can see that I am pretty messy. Whenever you're using a dark color like this red, or if you're using a black or like a really dark burgundy, something like that, you're going to want to wipe the activator on a paper towel or a lint-free wipe in between layers, because you're gonna get some of that red or whatever color you're doing. It can stain on the activator brush, and then you'll get that into your next mani. So by quick wiping it on a lint-free wipe or a paper towel, you're gonna get that red color off, or whatever dark color you're using, so that it doesn't stain your next mani. Now I'm going into this gorgeous matte glitter. I absolutely love matte glitters. I so need to wear them more. The glitter is actually a tie-dye glitter, which is why it has a matte effect to it. And then the base of it is more shimmery, but the matte gives it that really, the matte tie-dye gives it that really cool effect. Now, what I didn't do for the first dip, it's a thinner glitter, so I could have just laid my nail into both dips, but I forgot to shake up the dip, and it applied a little bit unevenly on my thumb, and just because I forgot to shake it up to get like the bigger pieces up to the top, so I really just got like the shimmery base to it. So you can see when I'm dipping my thumb, there's a little bit of a blank space, so I made sure on my second dip that I picked up enough of the glitters to cover that and fill it in so that it wasn't like a blank space where the glitter should be. And since this glitter laid so beautifully, I decided just to lay my nails into the clear dip powder. I haven't done that in a while. Typically, I like to pour clear dip powder over my nails when I'm doing pretty much any colored foil glitter or whatever I'm doing. Since this glitter had just laid so nicely, I thought, let me see how it works if I just lay my nail into it. And especially because my clear dip powder was so nice and full, it worked out really easily to do that. When I do my clear dip powder, I like to make sure I brush it off really well. The clear that I'm using is super clear, but I don't want my nails to be extra thick. And if you don't brush off all of your dip powder layers in between each time you do a new layer, they're gonna end up a lot thicker than they need to be. So once you apply your activator, you wanna make sure it hardens. And if you tap on your nail and it makes a tapping noise, then that's how you know they are ready to file and buff and shape. I did that off camera since I'm gonna be doing some really fun little nail art, and I decided to do some stamping. I got this awesome Wednesday stamping plate from Mundo de Unas. I got it, oh my gosh, I got it like a couple months ago because I knew I was gonna want to do Wednesday manis in the fall and around Halloween. So the very first one I tried to do the little head of her that says, I think it says I hate people, or I can't remember what it said, but the first one I did, I totally messed up. I did not apply the stamp right. So then I tried to do another one with her holding the umbrella, and it just did not pick up right either. So I finally pick up one correctly, and I clean off my nails with isopropyl alcohol. Then I go in with my sticky base. I wasn't using any gels this mani, so then I used my sticky base and Maniology smudge-free top coat. But what I didn't do correctly was I forgot to let the sticky base dry enough, so it's smudged. And I'm like, okay, fine, we're gonna do one more try, and if this doesn't work, then I'm not doing stamping. I'm just gonna leave it. So I was determined to make this last stamping effort work, and you can use either a piece of masking tape or a lint roller to get off the excess stamp. Now, once the stamp was dry, I want to make sure that was totally dry before I tried to apply it onto my nail so I don't mess it up again. And then when I applied the sticky base, I made sure that the sticky base was just barely tacky before I applied the stamp, and that's what's worked best for me. So what I didn't do though, what I very goofily did, was when I went through to apply my top coat, I applied the Maniology smudge-free top coat, but I forgot to let that dry before I applied my Seche Vide top coat. But it got a little bit smeared, but it still turned out great. I absolutely loved it. And now we're gonna jump into the second fun mani. This one I'm using purple colors. The purple is called I've Never Loved You More. It's a chrome purple base with reflective glitters in it, and I am absolutely obsessed. For Halloween, I feel like my go-to colors are either red or purple and black. I don't know why. It's just like those three colors feel like right to me for when I'm doing Halloween manis. And this one I did with gels. I wanted to do a gel mani to show you guys how you can also use gels to do some super easy, cute nail art. And I'm going to use stickers for it because let's be honest, all of us can't be nail artists. We all cannot draw. Okay, I definitely can't draw at all. Whenever I'm doing gels, I like to make sure I keep them really, really thin. So for me, it's easier to keep dip liquids thin than it is to keep gels thin. So I have to be really conscious of how I apply the gels. And since this color also had reflective glitter in it, I made sure I laid my nail flat into it. I wiped around my skin before I flash cured it. When I'm using gel, I flash cure each nail for 5 to 10 seconds before I move on to the next one. And then I'll fully cure when I'm done with all of my nails. Now, since I'm doing 2 separate colors and the other one is a foil, I did the purple nails first and then fully cured those, applied a layer of gel base over the top, fully cured that, and then wiped off the tacky layer before I went in and applied foils. If you're still struggling with dipping with dip liquids or dipping with gels, I got you. My Dip Nails 101 and my Gel Method Dip Nails 101 are the ultimate guides for dipping your nails at home. They are each over 45 pages of everything you possibly could need from prep to application to removal for dipping your nails, and I will make sure that I link that in the pinned comment and in my description. This color is called Look at You, My Little Death Trap. These are also both part of the Wednesday collection from OG Dip Powder, and clearly we're Halloween obsessed family, so I had to use as many of these as I possibly can. When you're using foils, whether you're using dip liquids or gel liquids, you want to make sure that you lay your nail flat into them and gently press down the foils before you cure it if you're using gels, and then you want to press down the foils as quickly as you can if you're using dip liquids, because those are going to dry a lot faster versus the gels. You have more time to work with the foils and figure out exactly where you want them. I added a bunch more foils to the top before I went through and cured, and I kept adding a little bit more pieces of foil here and there because I really wanted those silver foils to pop beside the purple reflective glitter dip. So I feel like it was such a fun combination to do. And then you can just add little stickers to really make the mani pop and give it that super Halloween feel. Whenever you're using foils, they come apart really easily, so you don't want to press them super hard so that then they're starting to come apart and just basically crumple up. You want to be gentle with your foils, and that's something that I always have to be really careful about because I'm not really gentle with anything. And when you have your gel base and you're using a dark color, wipe off the gel base brush in between each layer. This way you're not going to get your foils or the dark color stuck onto your gel, and put that back into the brush. Then I top everything with a layer of the gel base so that I can go through and do my filing and buffing. I really don't buff when I'm doing gels. You can see my nails are nice and even, they're nice and thin. I just go around my cuticles with an e-file to crisp up the cuticle lines. And then I got these super cute 3D ghosts, but I have an issue with ghosts when I'm wearing them. They have to have arms, because I feel like when the ghosts don't have arms, they just look like something else. They look like little swimmers, and I refuse to have basically sperm ghosts on my nails. Okay, I want them to look like actual ghosts. So all you have to do when you're using stickers is press them onto your nails that have been wiped off. So when you're using gels, you want to make sure you wipe off the tacky layer on the top and then press the stickers down. When you wipe off the tacky layer, that's going to give the stickers something to adhere better to. Now, something that I did not do that I totally forgot to do was I forgot to press down one of the ghosts, and you'll see on my middle finger that the top ghost comes off my nails because I forgot to press it down hard like I did the other two. Now, if you're somebody who wants the little ghost to retain their 3D shape, don't put as much gel base over top of them. But for me, I don't like them to be super 3D. I like them to be more under the gel base and the gel top. So I really try to go over them well with the gel base. Oh, it was the bottom one. I never pressed the bottom of my middle finger ghost in. So that one came right off when I was applying gel base over it. But that's okay because two ghosts still look super cute. If you want more really easy Halloween nails, then check out this next video where I do more easy Halloween nail art. Thanks so much for joining me today, nail crew.